If you enjoyed this video, then do please subscribe to my channel. I'm nearly at 1,000 subscribers and I'd like to hit that in the next year. Before I begin the video, I just want to flag, as always, that I am not a qualified financial advisor and nothing I say should be considered as financial advice. Hello, in this video I'm going to go through my 2026 money goals. So we've only got a couple of days left now in 2025, so I thought it was a great time to think about 2026 and the money goals I want to achieve. So I reviewed my 2025 money goals yesterday and posted a video, and on this video what I'm going to do is show you 4 goals. Thanks to a suggestion from someone who commented on the previous video, I'm going to put them in priority order, and yeah, I'm going to go through each goal and talk a bit about it, and yeah, well, let's get started. So goal number 1 is to build a £6,000 emergency fund. So that is my goal from last year. That's continuing on to 2026 because I didn't manage to achieve it. So the plan with this is I'm going to prioritize saving towards that emergency fund this year. Once I hit that, then I can more aggressively either overpay my mortgage or invest. We'll talk about my investing goal in a bit, so there's a hint there that I'm going to actually be more aggressively investing rather than overpaying. But just to say that actually for me to be able to do that, I need to feel confident that I've got a fully funded emergency fund. For me, £6,000 is the level where I feel comfortable, because I know that if I lost my job, that would set me fine for 6 months of essential living expenses. And it also means that if I have any sort of things that crop up throughout the year, it's not going to be immediately depleted. So I'm currently at £2,000, so I need to save £4,000 to have my emergency fund fully funded. And then I think the plan will be is I'll contribute some money towards it each month, kind of a small amount of money, probably be like £25 or so. Once I'm at £6,000, I may still contribute kind of £25 or £50, probably in my premium bonds. And if I need to use it for an emergency and say it runs from 6,000 back to 3,000, then I'd then prioritize building that back up again. So that's the place I want to be in, because once then I've got that safety net, then I can, invest say £200, £250 a month without worrying that I'm going to have to take that money out if an emergency crops up. And I haven't managed to do that so far, but that is my number 1 goal. Number 2 is to create a house maintenance savings pot and contribute £500 a month to it, alongside my partner. £500 a month might seem a lot, but we haven't actually spent money on our property for a couple of years now. I think we last did a lot of maintenance in 2022, so there's certain things that we need to do, and also we just need to get in the habit of having a separate house maintenance savings pot. It's not really, so for example, we had to get some guttering repaired in 2025. When it came along, we didn't have a house maintenance kind of pot, so I had to withdraw money from my emergency fund to pay for that. Now, technically, it's not really an unexpected expense that you could class as an emergency. So in one sense, I'm quite glad I had my emergency savings so I could pay for it and not have to go into a debt. But at the same time, if we'd had a house maintenance savings pot, then it wouldn't have had to come out of that emergency fund. So if we put a healthy amount in each month, it means that we can also look at other bits of maintenance that aren't that are kind of lower down the priority list. So I would say that the essential maintenance, so for example, that guttering was to, it was something happened and it needed to be done. So those sort of very urgent maintenance things that happen normally in the winter time, normally £1,000 of costs happens per year. But there's other things and some also longer term savings things we want to do with the house, with the property. So yeah, £500 will just mean that those bigger costs that may happen in 2 or 3 years time are spread rather than hitting us all at once. So I want to do that. Number 3 is to invest, overpay and save every single month. So that's invest in my stocks and shares ISA, overpay our mortgage, and then save into the emergency fund, or for, kind of fun things as well. I do that every single month. So yeah, as I mentioned before, I want to hit that £6,000 emergency fund before I concentrate on investing or overpaying aggressively. But because I want to do it every month, the first 2 months of this year, I'll probably be overpaying by a small amount and investing by a small amount just to keep that habit going. But once my emergency fund is built to a level I'm comfortable with, then we'll be investing. And I've set myself a goal of investing at least £250 per month once I've reached that £6,000 emergency fund. And I think I'm still undecided about what I want to do with either prioritising investing or overpaying. I think I'm leaning towards investing because at the minute all our wealth is in our property. So we've got around £130,000 equity in our property. I've got then £10,000 in a stocks and shares ISA and £2,000 in emergency fund. So looking at that, it looks like we're heavily weighted towards property equity, but don't have much in terms of investments or savings. So really want to balance that out a bit, because whilst I'm really happy that we've got equity in our property, it's not very liquid. We to either to get the money out, we'll have to either sell our property or we'd have to remortgage, and that obviously remortgaging, taking that money out, comes at a 4%. Well, at the moment with the rate, probably a 4% rate. So it's not as easy as if I've got savings there that are easily accessible, or investments which I can withdraw. Although again, that comes at a cost as well in terms of potentially having to withdraw them when the market's at a kind of low point. But yeah, in general, I think my plan will be build up my emergency funds, aggressively invest, but also overpay alongside with spare money. And then the final thing, and it's important that I include this because it's part of a balanced life, is about having a fund pot and a holiday pot set up, and don't touch emergency fund for these things. I think probably what we've been guilty of this year is not what me and my partner find hard with the fun money is that sometimes we really like concerts, and you don't always know when performers that you like are gonna suddenly announce a tour, and it's not one of those things where you think, well, not all artists are like this, but the artists that we like, sometimes if you need to be very prompt with getting the tickets. So if an artist suddenly announces on the 1st of December that they're going to do a tour next year and the tickets come out on the 10th of December, you've got to be ready on the 10th of December to get those tickets, because if you don't buy them at the time, you won't get the tickets. Or the tickets will be resale, which will be much, much higher. Now, it's a bit like the house maintenance things. This isn't unexpected because it always happens each year. Each year there's always something we want to see that costs a bit of money that actually we could have been saving for each month. So what I want to do is have pots of money there that's set up, and even on a monthly basis it might seem like we're putting a lot of money towards them. At least then we know that it's part of the budget. So I'm thinking, and again, this is something I need to discuss with my partner, about how much we put towards it. I would like a holiday pot for joint holiday things of £500 per month joint between us. Now the fun pot, I think that's probably, this is why I don't know what to do, so people might be able to give advice. I don't know whether to have individual fun pots or a joint one. The thing that's good if the fun pots are individual, it means that if artists that we're more bothered by, so for example, because we, I don't know, it just means that it's not then complicating things by me having to have an individual fun pot and then a joint fun pot and then a joint holiday pot and then an individual holiday pot. So I don't really know how best to split those, because I think savings pots are good, but if they become overly complicated or have too many of them, then the funds might be a bit diluted. So yeah, I don't know what to do. So this is probably the one where I need some advice. If anyone's got any thoughts about how they set up their pots, let me know in the comments below and I'll have a look at some YouTube videos on it. So those are my 4 money goals, so I'll just go through them again. So build a £6,000 emergency fund, create a house maintenance savings pot and contribute £500 a month jointly with my partner. Invest, overpay and save every month after I build an emergency fund, invest at least £250 a month, and then have a fun pot and holiday pot set up and don't touch emergency savings for these things. So it'll be interesting to know at the end of 2026, looking back on this video to see if I've done all of these things, and hopefully I have done. I'm considering doing kind of monthly budgeting videos again, where I go through splitting my money into the different pots and things. So I'm considering doing that to keep me on track. But I'll leave the video there, and let me know your money goals in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next video.